Welcome to the Narrowboat that James built. Hope you're well. Thanks for joining me. Well, it's Tuesday afternoon. I got back to the boat sooner than I kind of expected. And the plan for this afternoon is to put another layer of undercoat on this side wall here. I need to finish a bit more filling, do a bit of sanding here. And then I really want to draw my attention to the hatches and the windows. My plan with all of this all along was to put some trim on along here, and obviously it's a bit of a weak spot here because of the moisture coming in through the hatches or the windows, condensation dripping down, and these timber battens here always seem to be subjected to quite a lot of moisture. And so, I mean, I don't think anyone's ever got like a permanent fix to these things, because whatever happens, it suffers from moisture penetration around these parts. But something I've seen, and I'm going to give it a go, which basically just protects this and seals this area around here, and then you can apply a trim to it. So I'm going to put in a product called Pureflex40 all along here. I've got it in white. You can get it in different colours. It's the stuff I used actually on the roof when I put in the collar. I've seen it done before. There's a guy in Brentford that showed me his windows and his hatches. He's basically done it exactly the same way. And you know, he did his about 4 years ago, and it's still in really good nick. So that's the plan. It's kind of used as a filler. It's got really high water resistancy, so and it's ultra strong. And then you can sand it, paint it, drill it, do whatever once it's in. So that's gonna be my plan, is to put that in. That takes 24 hours to properly go off. So I'll put that on now on these two. See how it goes. So I won't do all of them yet, I'll just do these two. But it should hide all of this gap here, and then once it's all gone off, I'll be able to sand it back and make it nice and flush. That'll be the plan anyway. And then it will sit just inside this lip. Obviously these timbers here will kind of sit within about a mil and a half. Pureflex40, really, you don't want to go anywhere more than kind of 3.5 to 4 mil. So this is going to be fine. It's only going to be a mil at the most thick. And it will just kind of provide a nice kind of water resistant, hard kind of layer across all of this, hopefully just protecting it. And then, as I said, I can go on with some trim. So I'm going to get cracking on this now, and then see, I might put the grey on there, but yeah, this needs another undercoat of white, but I need to sand it all back and stuff. So crack on with this side, then I'll start with that one. I'm using 80 grit sandpaper to get off this wood filler. And then when most of it's gone, I use a 240 grit, so I'm not taking off too much. Okay, so I'm going to start in this corner here. Basically just put quite a thin bead of this. It doesn't matter if it goes on the steel frame, because it can all be sanded off afterwards. That's a bit too much of a thin bead. That's how we do it. And the important thing is to get a good seal across there. I've taken the the locking mechanism out, because I'm going to put a new one on anyway. Okay, so I appreciate at the moment it looks horrific, but tomorrow that can all be sanded back and it will fill in. It'll fit in nicely. I think that'll work quite well. Quite happy with that, despite how it looks at the moment. Excellent. I'm ready to apply the second coat now. It's important to let the first coat dry completely before you apply the second coat. So I've given this 3 months. This has now been on for a couple of hours, so it's kind of had a bit of time to set in, and I think it's going to work a treat. Obviously the product itself is water resistant. I've seen it tested in water, kind of sandwiched between 2 bits of wood. The wood was falling apart, but the Pureflex was kind of remained intact. So I could have used a marine grade kind of filler like West System or something like that, but this is fine. It's 1 bottle of Pureflex per kind of window and hatch, so I need to get quite a lot more, but it's I just wanted to try one and make sure it's kind of the right approach. So yeah, I think it is. I'm happy with that. So I'll tidy it up tomorrow and sand it back and kind of see what kind of finish I get with it. But kind of just looking at it now the walls have been painted. Once that's been tidied up, I reckon and obviously the actual hatches themselves need to be tidied up and decorated in some way. That's going to look really good. So you know, it would need some kind of trim on it anyway, but you know, it's not going to be as kind of awful looking as it was. I don't know what I'm going to do on the inside of these yet. I'd like some kind of pattern or design. I think I'm just going to do something on the insides. I'm not going to do something which makes a pattern when you close the doors. It's just not going to work with these ones because I've already got the panels on them. But yeah, carry on with that. I'm going to put the grey on underneath here. Now this has had the white. I'm not sure what colour the top's going to be. It might even stay white, but I'm going to put the grey on underneath there. But what the football now to watch, so I'm going to go and do that. Well, this is a small world. Long-term supporters of the channel, Martin and Gretel, their mates, Lynn and Nigel, have just bought this boat behind me, and they've bought it here to for some work to be done on it. Actually, I think I'm the reason that this boat was late. I think it should be blacked already, but because my boat was on the trolley last week, it can't be. Yeah, they're giving me the tour of the boat. It's lovely. It's really nice. It's big. It's finished. It's finished. Yeah, it's nice. Tonight is the Spain-Italy match, which is obviously important because we get to play the winner of that tomorrow. Welding update. I've spoken to Richard. The plates have been moved into position. The welding is not going to start though, probably until the beginning of next week, just because of the rain. There's got to be the right kind of conditions for Richard to work in. But next week looks really good, so kind of 5 days wall-to-wall sunshine is exactly what we need, and no wind, because obviously it's gas. So yeah, it's just too windy at the moment, can't do it. So he's doing an inside job at the moment. Not an inside job, you know what I mean, a job indoors. Anyway, that's what I've got to do, watch the football. Until tomorrow, take care, bye bye.